Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This morning, it is freezing. I mean, freezing for LA. It's not snowing or anything. We're not somewhere where it's too cold, but I am a baby and I do not like the cold. So I'm trying to be outside and shake it out, get my body going. But this is a good exercise before you start any type of stretching, especially if you're starting in the morning and not after a workout, to just be silly, have fun with yourself. Release what you need to release and do what you need to do for you. Oh, there she is. The sun. All right, let's take some deep breaths. I'm leaning forward because I was not getting used to the cold as much as I needed to. But of course, you want to work on your back being straight, your alignment actually not crunching at the hips. 5 shoulder rolls back, 5 shoulder rolls forward, 3, 4, 5. Lift your right arm, lift your left arm. Today we're going to work on a lot of shoulder work. So we're going to go up 5 times. Inhale, up. Exhale, release them down. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale, release them down. I notice I hold a lot of tension in my trapezius elefantes. Grab your elbow, pull it down. In this pose, go ahead and make sure you drop the shoulder that you're actually pulling with. We hold a lot of tension in our necks, especially if you drive, especially if you work on a computer. We tend to lean towards the thing we're trying to see. So we're gonna try to get our necks out of our shoulders as much as possible with today's stretch. Same thing on this side. Make sure you're dropping the other shoulder. Get your neck out of your shoulder blades and breathe into it. Release on an exhale. Say thank you for waking me up this morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's get into these neck rolls, baby. 2. And if you know anything about me, around the 3rd and the 4th one is when we make the stretch much bigger. 4, 5, and other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It feels so good to be outside. Even though I'm cold, pushing through it is necessary. Hands to heart center. Again, breathing, moving back to the end of our mat so we can start a little bit more stretching. Go ahead and roll over your ankles onto a tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders. And we're going to get some tension out of our backs. So we're going to arch it up. Tuck your chin into your chest. And roll back. So my butt, see how my butt goes up first? And everything in the middle of my spine is what's coming down last. And same the opposite direction. We're pushing the back up first and then the butt follows. I'm opening my mouth when I get into cow, just to stretch out the muscles in my jaw, because we also hold tension in our jaw. So the exhale is on a cow, the inhale is on a cat. Lift your right arm and your left leg, opposite leg. We're gonna point and flex our toes, just to roll out that ankle a little bit. This is also engaging your core. Make sure you're engaging your core throughout here, because it's also a little bit of a core stretch and workout. And also remember to get your neck out of your shoulders like we discussed before. Try to make sure you're relaxing that as well. And if I'm adding in too many things, don't worry, honor your body at all times. See, I was not getting warmer here. I was just trying to be cute. And don't let me fool you. I was like, wait, I wore this black shirt because I was trying to be cute. Child's pose. And do whatever modifications you need here. If you need to spread your knees and go in the middle, that's a wonderful modification. If you need to turn your head to the side so that you can get yourself flatter on the ground with a stretch. If you need to put your arms on the inside or on the outside to rest and push them down. Do what is best for you. This is going to be such a relaxing, yoga, or more relaxing for me anyway. Mercury Retrograde is starting this week. Technically it starts the 21st, but we're already feeling the energy from it. I don't know about y'all, I've been feeling it since Saturday. Into puppy pose. Again, relaxing your neck and your shoulders as best as you can. Because it's almost like you should be pulling away from your hands where they're placed. So even in my downward dog that I go into here, I'm trying to push my butt up and away so that I can stretch my shoulder blades as much as possible. Straighten out your back. And if I haven't already said so, do not forget to breathe. Inhale on the way up. Exhale, release, foot placed in between your hands. We're coming up into warrior now. When you exhale, drop and push forward like you're trying to reach something. Inhale. On the way back. All the way. Take a minute, take a breath. And exhale. Come over to the other side. Look up at the sky. Stretch your hand as far in front of you as possible, like you're trying to reach above your head. And step up to the front of your mat. Drop into your body here. Hug your legs, your ankles. Do as much as you can to fold all the way over. And grab your arms like a rag doll. Lift up. Release. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Sometimes in certain poses when I'm just trying to really get the muscles to loosen up, I do that. Chair pose. If you cannot go into chair pose, go ahead and sit on the ground Lift your arms up, but again, remember, get your neck out of your shoulders. I know you're doing it. Deep breaths, neck out of shoulders. Keep holding it, arms up. I am grateful. Lift your right leg. If you cannot lift all the way up, it's okay to leave your foot placed onto the ground. As you can see here, I'm holding it for a little bit, but we all make mistakes. We just drop a little bit. But if you're already down there, you don't have to worry about dropping it. You feel me? What helps is focusing on one thing out in the distance. I think I focused on some building that I saw. Take a minute to adjust. Playing around with my legs, my ankles, making sure there's no tightness. Right foot back, left foot is now forward, lift up into warrior. We're going right into it. Sit down into this pose a little bit more and stretch out forward as if to reach something in front of you. Inhale, reach back. Look up to the sky, massage your own leg, whatever you need to do to get the stretch. Come back down and step to the back of your mat. I'm deciding right here if I wanted to go down into chaturanga or if I wanted to lift back up into upward dog. Clearly we chose the dog. We gonna choose the dog every time. The good old reliable dog. Chaturanga. Push down, upward facing dog. If you can't do upward facing dog, please feel free to go down and do cobra. Cobra is the one where you let your body go onto the floor completely and you only lift up the top of your shoulders and chest. But like we've been focusing on, please remember to get the tension out of those shoulders and that neck. We're doing a little bit more cat and cow. Still releasing the tension from our shoulders. We hold so much, especially if you don't always speak up for yourself, especially in our society today. There's so many things that we can say to trigger someone to get canceled that is going to sound wrong to someone, and so we hold our tongue a lot. But I'm encouraging you to release, even if you have to say bad words to yourself. Even if your gratitude is, oh, but yeah. Back in a chair pose. Lift up onto your left leg now. And you can flex and point here with your toes if you'd like. If not, just breathe into it. Turn to the side if you can. If you cannot, stay where you are. Or push yourself to do something new. Pull your leg into your chest and release. Oh, side to side, getting that neck nice and loosey-goosey. Triangle pose with me, my loves. Dance it out, shake it out, take a break, take a minute. Do what's best for you, always. This also is not a stretch yet. I'm really just existing in the moment. And we're going down to the left side. or right side if you're copying me or mirroring me, because that's fine too. We're all reflections of one another. Walk your hands to the middle. You can adjust the height of your triangle by walking your feet out, walking your feet in. Left side. West side. And hang. Allow your body to just relax in it, sit in it. I like to fall into things like this all the time. Here, I'm really just testing my shoulder stances to go up into a headstand or handstand, I mean. But I'm not going to do it in this video. But if you are working on handstands, those are good kip-ups is what you call them, where you just kick a bit onto your hands. Come down. Drop your booty to the ground. Hands in between legs. Again, I'm grateful. I'm loved. I'm happy. Working on me is my top priority. So we're gonna sit. We're gonna sit in this froggy frog pose and just enjoy the openness of the tension in the hips this time is what we're kind of more focused on. Go to my right, your left, if you're mirroring me. Stretch it on out, because we're really trying to get into those hips. We're sitting in it now. Clearly, this yoga today is all about releasing some tension. Too much built up tension and trauma in our necks and shoulders and hips. Very important joints. Whew. And honestly, to be honest with y'all, I was still very cold. You can't tell, but I did not want to be out there any longer. That's just the truth of it. I sat in it for a minute, acknowledged it, and thought to myself, you know what? It's time to go. You see my sweatshirt? I'm done. I'm so done. So anyways, y'all, thank you for joining me for this shorter video. I tried to stay as long as I could, but I'm going back to my bed.